Hi there, FPS Nige from DontBeFail.com. Some of you have been asking about streaming, specifically what software to use and what sort of settings you'd want to use to set it up. I've already started a topic on the forums on what hardware you should be looking at, and quite importantly what bandwidth you should be looking at, and a little discussion on quality. Important things is, don't use all your upload speed. You need to test your upload. I've already been and checked it. I already knew mine was good anyway, but for the purposes of this we'll have a look. Upload, I've got 11.53. That's the important number right there. That determines what I've got to upload with. My children around the house like to use the internet, my missus likes to use the internet, so I need to make sure that I've got enough bandwidth left for them to be able to use the internet whilst I'm also using it, and that I've got enough left for hosting any games. So I use about 2.3 megabit a second, which I'll show you how to set that up. You need to find out what yours is and decide on what sort of you want to be leaving left. You definitely want at least 3 or 4 megabit left from what you've got to be comfortable. So let's set OBS up. I've just installed a fresh copy. I did have it installed, but I haven't used it in a while as I've been using XSplit or trialing it. After my trial's up, I'll be moving back to OBS. So we'll launch this. It wants elevated permissions. We'll grant it that. That's so it can interface with the games and capture the screen. Without that, you'll have problems with some games. Certainly with Steam, there's some issues you can overcome, but you can always ask on the forums if you get stuck, and we'll be sure to help you through anything. So this is what it looks like. Quite uninspiring out of the box, and you kind of think, what's this software really going to do? Is it really going to get me this sexy, pretty stream going up? Well, it does, and it does a damn good job of it. Scenes here, we can add a scene and define each scene for specific games, or you can dump them all into sources here. It's a sloppy way of doing it. I have done it that way. I don't anymore, but it's certainly not going to hurt you to do it that way, but it is cleaner to add a scene per game. You can also add whether we want a webcam added into that game or not, if you've got a webcam, and all those other little things, pretty little images overlaid, all sorts. But for now, we'll get this thing set up. We're going to head into, well, first off, these settings are fine, so we're going to drop down to encoding. Now this is where the upload comes in. This is quite the important one. If you're streaming at 720p resolution and you have 1000 kilobits defined here, you're going to have a pretty blocky, not very pretty stream. Now if you're streaming at 480p, 1000 kilobits a second will probably be fine. So if you've got 5 megabit upload, setting at 1000 is going to be pretty nice, really. It's going to leave you enough overhead. I've got quite a lot, so I'm going to plumb in at 2300 kilobits a second, which is quite nice at 720p. So we'll drop down to, we'll save that, and we'll drop down to broadcast settings. We know we're going to live stream, so you should be familiar with Twitch TV by now. If you're not, then find out about it. You really should be before thinking about streaming. But obviously, I'm sure you do, so we'll drop down to Twitch. And the first thing that's going to do is we're going to warn us that we're not optimized for Twitch streaming. It tells us some bits and bobs that we go off and do in advanced settings, or we just click optimize down here. So we're going to do that, and we're going to be set up in advanced settings for Twitch. Living in the UK, I'm going to pick to stream to their London UK server. This is obviously causes a lot less lag, there's a lot less ping to go across there. You're going to lose less packets streaming to the server that's close to you. So have a look at the list and pick one which is closest to you. Play path, stream key. This again goes into you having a Twitch account. We're going to go to my Twitch account, and not there. We're going to go here, and we're going to open up Twitch. We're going to go to FPS Knowledge. It's obviously going to be your username, and we're going to go to Dashboard. On here we've got stream key. Now I'm going to show you my stream key, but I'm going to change it before I upload this video, so don't bother trying to use it. We're going to click show key, and it's going to pop up there. See, we've got a nice little reset key. If somebody else gets this key, they can stream straight into your channel with a lot of this software. XSplit does this a bit better in my opinion. It allows you to come across and almost accept it as if it was like a Facebook app or a Google app trying to get into your, find out some of your settings and stream in. Unfortunately, OBS doesn't do it that way. There's probably a reason why, and it probably works out better for them to do it that way. But let's get OBS back up, and we're going to put that key into here. We're going to leave the rest of these. File path we can change later, but for now I'm just going to leave it to the settings that it's already put in. We're going to click video, it's going to ask us to save. We're going to click yes. Now, my base resolution, my monitor is 1920 by 1080p. I'm not showing you all of it, I've got the bottom bar cut off. But this part's already filled in, as it should be. My video adapter is set to my 7970 graphics card. So now we want to downscale the resolution because I want to stream at 720p. If you want 480p, you're going to come down to 852 by 480. These are all on the forums anyway. I want 1280 by 720, so I'm going to set it there. I'm going to go down to good detail. I'm going to go to good detail for now. If you've got a really strong processor, you can definitely put it to best detail. Frames per second, we don't really want more than 30. We can get away with 25 to be honest, as most videos only streaming at 24 frames a second. So I'm going to set it to 25, I think. Disable error we can't do on Windows 8, so we'll leave that. I'm going to go down to audio. I'm going to save those changes. We're going to set my desktop audio device to my speakers. I'm going to set that on my sound card, and obviously microphone the same. I'm going to go there with that. The hotkeys, everything else we don't really need to worry about. Advanced we've already set up. One thing we do want to look at is microphone noise gate. Now I think this is invaluable. This is something that I haven't seen on XSplit, and I wish they would implement over there. Doing this, we can have a noise gate, so when you're just breathing and farting and whatever, they're not going to hear that. The people viewing your stream's not going to hear it. We adjust this when we talk normally, so as you can see it's pretty close actually, because under this bar, when it drops below there, no one's going to hear anything from my microphone on my stream. When it goes above, and above this line here, because this is the point where the two cut-offs are, when it goes above here it opens my mic and everyone can hear. So we probably just want to bring this down a bit based on my current volume. Something like this. If I stop speaking, you can see it goes below those two, and when I start speaking it goes above. So that's nice. Enable noise gate, click apply. Okay, so now we're set up with this. We'll stop that preview because that's what's going on for the mic. We'll close that down. Now we want to start adding a game. And this is going to be a little bit long-winded because I'm actually signed out of Steam at this moment in time. I should have thought ahead and already had Steam there. So let's log into Steam. I'll pause the video here and I'll be right back. So we're back again. Steam is here. Now we've got Steam up. Also I use windowed borderless gaming, which isn't popping up there just yet. Windows borderless gaming.exe. I use this. I'll put a link in the description for this. I've also got a nice little tutorial for that. You can see it's up. I've already got my games added for that. So we're going to go to my library and we're going to find Street Fighter and I'm going to launch it. So that game's launched. We'll tab out of that and we'll get OBS up. Close that game down. Now this is where we want to add a source. So we've got a scene selected there and we've got sources. I'm going to add and I'm going to game capture. And we're going to name this USF1V, I guess. And we're going to add that, and you can see because I've already got the game launched, OBS can detect it's there and that the application is already there selected. If it isn't, then you can have a look in this list and drop down and hopefully find it. But as I've named it correctly, it's already found it, or named it similar, it's found it, got it there. You can refresh if you've already opened this screen before launching the game, but we have. We're going to stretch the image to the game, and we're going to leave everything else there, and we're going to click OK. Now that's open, so we're going to preview the stream, tab back out, and now you can see we've got an idea what's going on. It's already detecting the game there and starting to capture the game. As I go into the game and it plays, this will carry on playing just fine. Horrible screen finish. Hopefully you can see this when it comes up. I think you can. So we'll stop that preview because we know that's working correctly. We've got this set here. If I wanted to now add a webcam, we can go in there to video capture device, etc., and add other things in, image slideshows or image on it or text over our stream and all those things. We add them into this source here. And we've got that file. We click start streaming and it should be. Just to finish up, I've cut the last piece of the video because when I went back to Twitch there was adverts playing on my stream which they like to overlay. I don't pay to remove those adverts and they're damn annoying. They're allowed in my voice but they are what they are. Stumpy there looking for a few rounds of games, but yeah, they are what they are. Everything was streaming just fine, all looked very pretty, so use this video to set yourself up and you should be absolutely hunky-dory. Thanks for watching now. Cheers.